What it do? What it do? So fellas, we're about to compare alpha males to sigma males and pretty much what do women really want? Who do they go chase after? Who's really winning? And honestly, there's literally amazing things about both guys. Probably I'll end up telling you like why they're both winning. And honestly, fellas, they both are so relatable. They're both so confident. They're both have so much in common that honestly, they're both winning. So it doesn't really matter. The only one that's not winning is simps out here. So don't be a beta simp out here and be losing with women, okay? So I want to just mention that this was a highly requested video. I've seen plenty of comments of y'all saying, Bossana, talk about sigmas. And then also I see comments about saying, sigma males are like this though, or sigma males are, I've seen comments also saying sigma males are better than alpha males. So at the end of the day, like they both have amazing traits. I'll tell you guys two in the beginning before I get to the discussion. But first I need y'all to give this video a huge thumbs up. It helps my video so much. It helps the algorithm. So it really does help your girl out. Thank you. And also fellas, I've been talking to so many of you guys, and it's been so exciting and amazing. I've been enjoying so many of your stories and learning so much about all of y'all too. So book your consultation, tell me what's going on. And I've been telling you guys, it could be about anything. Obviously, it doesn't have to just be about her stressing you out. You might have goals that you're about to accomplish in life. Congrats to that. And now you're thinking, well, how could I function and mingle and balance that out? Or how could I, push that away and then maybe later on include it in your life? Anyways, your girl got you if you book that consultation. All right. And fellas, I got to tell you one last important thing. I do have a Patreon. So I just got to mention, especially for the fellas that want to see reaction videos, because they will only be on Patreon. Okay. So let me just tell you these two little things that I told you I'll tell you in the beginning, and then I'll get to my discussion and ranting. You know how it goes. Sometimes I try to be preaching. Do not mind that. So the two things, and I'm saying from each alpha and each sigma, and this is going to be our first comparison of great things that they just bring to the table. Aside from confidence, which both of them have, the thing about an alpha male, they will never be the one that a woman can play. So basically, all the games that she's been trying, and this is kind of true, sometimes with a sigma male, he's more passive, he's more laid back. And also him being a lone wolf, he's more ready to leave. You get what I mean? Instead, an alpha will say or lay down his rules. And not to say an alpha wouldn't leave, but you see with an alpha, the great one thing is definitely starting with how a woman knows, okay, I can't try this. And also, y'all got to get that. There's moments where you do show her she can. There's moments where you have to bring back that reassurance, right? A woman's still going to send mixed signals, make you believe certain things, hot and cold games. All that is still gonna happen. So that's also the importance of you guys always reassuring that. And that's the great thing about an alpha, because him being a leader, him always wanted to be ahead of the pack, right? It's never gonna be, okay, you know what, you're gonna wear the shoe right now in the relationship. No, an alpha is always guiding, and that's just one of the main reasons why a woman, kind of gets stuck and attracted, comes right back, or gets stuck and not leave from an alpha. Now, the other amazing thing that makes a sigma male different than an alpha, but is such a great thing, is that they actually, like I just said, they'll be ready to dismiss themselves. And the nice thing that I'll talk about later on is how much you don't know much about a sigma. We know alphas, and it's not the worst thing actually at all, but we know, and this is why women don't play with them, that alphas, they are going to be leading the pack. We know that most times they're going to be the first. They want to be the first. They're supposed to be the first. They're expected. But with the sigma, him being just like an alpha, but not including all that, he's more of the back guy, and he has basically all the traits, but he's more, let's say, passive, or you could say more of closed off. So with him just having that, he's ready to cut off a female much more, or they could be the same, because alphas don't play that stuff. But also, like I was saying, a woman won't really know him, right? A woman won't really understand him too much, simply down to that lone wolf vibe that sigma males have. Y'all will move like so quietly. That's another thing about alphas compared to sigmas. Alphas is so nice because you'll know that they have that status. They hold that status as an alpha male, but they put it out there that, hey, I want to be the leader. I stay the leader. And this is the courage that comes in, the strength, the ambition also. Not to say that sigmas don't have, but this is just comparison to see where, okay, alphas are maybe a little bit more stronger in this area. Sigmas, hands down, they're gonna be more stronger in being quiet and not saying much. And that's just down to when an alpha is the leader of the pack, he expects to always be the one that makes the shots, calls the shots. And then instead with the Sigma, he's not going to obviously take the dirty work if he doesn't have to. He's not paid for that stuff. But if an alpha male, let's say in a pack, if an alpha male steps up and says, I'm the alpha male, I'm leading this pack, a Sigma male is not a beta simp where he's going to be like, okay, I'm going to be right behind you. Okay? And you're going to be the alpha male that's going to lead this pack. And I'm going to follow you. See, now this is how a simp is with a woman. Obviously, we got to compare it this way. With a woman, what a simp would do is say, well, you wear the pants in the relationship. Okay, Tiffany, you can wear whatever you want to wear. You can do whatever you want to do. You run shit. You're the captain. So you see the difference there? Now, you don't want to be that beta simp, but now when you're the Sigma male, what you'll just do is let the alpha male do his thing, and you know your role, your place. So it's never that you're looking less valuable. And here's the thing. It's how you could also view it. If you bring status into it, then yes, we have to talk about alpha males. They have a higher ranking. That's just the truth of it when they want to be the leader of the pack, when a Sigma male rather just be chilled back and not caring. So, and once again, like in the future compared to other things, I know it's kind of just sounding around like how alpha males do this and then Sigma can do that, but there's just a lot of elaboration always. All right, so just be on the lookout for part 2s. And if you haven't given this video a big thumbs up, go and do so. Okay, so I want to wrap up to say this because I want to talk more about what women really like, or who do they chase, what guys is really their type. Okay, so let me just go back to say this about alpha males. They're definitely gonna be the one that has the status over the Sigmas. But once again, with him, that guy being a Sigma male, she's not looking at him and saying he's not powerful. She still knows that you have strength. She still knows that you have the confidence. You still take the courage and all that stuff. But you're the type of guy that moves it without announcement. You're the type of guy that could be in the back and you don't mind being in the back because you don't get your value disrespected. You don't get mistreated. You just don't care to be in the center of attention. We could say it like that. And it's not also to say that alpha males need attention. Alpha males just happen to be having more attention, and they will get more attention due to the facts of being the leader. You get what I mean? Being the front end. So also, sometimes some fellas got to view it like this. Who has more control sometimes? And it's down to, okay, alpha male would have technically more control, but a Sigma male has that power and that control, but he chooses not to use it. So realistically, to wrap up with this so we can move on to what women really are more interested in, realistically, just take it like this. They move differently, and that's one of the key things. They are basically pretty much the same, but they just move differently. They have a lot of the same characteristics. They're definitely both confident, like I said, but once again, they move differently. So I'll leave that at that. We'll elaborate in a different video. But fellas, I gotta tell y'all, purchase one of the best, the number one best to be exact, shaver out right now. And fellas, it's so easy to use. If you have trouble, shaving correctly and not cutting yourself, get it. It's very, very simple, sleek. I really like the way it looks. It's nice and black. It looks very classy, fresh. It's small. You can travel with it, and it's from Amazon. So y'all can get it right away. But I just want to let y'all know, like, females really notice, right? So, and I'll talk about more of this in a different video, but females really notice your hygiene once again. So if you're not maintaining with products that are really the best, that helps you, fellas, you're gonna have a lot of females just be like, okay, well, you could do a better job to maintain that, right? And then if you have like cuts and stuff and bruises, then you don't want that. So get it, it's down there, click that link. But let me go back to say this once more. If you, once again, have this girl, like, want a guy that needs to be more aggressive in this moment. This is not talking about what women like and how sometimes people will say alphas are always winning or alphas are above Sigmas, and maybe things have changed now. Y'all can inform me and all that, but this is where we're picking up. So now sometimes a female might need a Sigma male to be more aggressive. Sometimes an alpha male can be always trying to be the alpha male, unfortunately, where she needs him to be more chill, laid back, keep his mouth shut, and just let things happen. Now, or the other thing I can't forget to say, or just leave. Now, that's a nice thing too, because I would say alpha males would rather let the woman know that he is the alpha. Now, alpha males don't play about their time, but also compare it to a sigma that, you know, most likely will be ready to leave quicker than an alpha due to the fact that basically, you say, in their natural habitat, they're used to, or they like to be, or they would rather be alone. So you just got to compare it to, like, sometimes most sigmas probably don't want to be in the environment where they're getting attention more so, or people have to look at them, or sometimes sigmas much rather probably just be there. And then if there's an alpha guy and he's like looking so big and so strong, and don't get me wrong, the sigma guy could look the same way, but he could be there at the same environment, the same event, and the sigma guy might just say, you know what, the females can all run over there, you know, the guy looks good, he's doing his thing, right? So if he's over there and they run there, the sigma guy is saying, there's a whole lot of other girls too that are gonna pass by, and if they notice me, they notice me. So the difference is kind of just like, other male really keeps his status at times, but back to that moving, you get what I mean? How they move, it really shows, it stands out to a woman. So you could say that sometimes some women will be more attracted to an alpha guy, and then sometimes a woman would actually be more attracted to a sigma male. However, I feel like a lot of times it really depends back on your personality, because you can tap into these are all roles, right? When a female is acting like an alpha female, she's being an alpha female, right? If she has that trait right then and there, it's because she's being that, right? So I'm trying to say, for a lot of guys that might be introverted, for example, you all might not want to be getting any spotlight, or you don't care to be in the group of the guys that all the women notice first. That could be you. But guess what? Now with females, you can shift yourself to be more of the alpha guy, or sometimes you can say more aggressive, masculine, because, you know, once again, the sigma will be more passive. The sigma will be more of like, okay, brushing it off type of guy, or once again, if you're ready to run away or leave, you're out of here type of guy. You like to be in your natural habitat. So once again, with a female, if she needs him to step up in that area, y'all got to get that. That's where she's going to maybe go back to a guy that she knew in the past was more aggressive, more of that alpha guy. So I won't talk about this aspect, but it's important for me to mention how those guys, she might have more on her list at the top, because they have a stronger connection. They have a stronger tie. And for sure, for her, it's almost like, okay, well, I always do go back, or, you know, just around this time, or around Valentine's Day, things like that. I'll still talk about some of these things in the future, but just things like that happens to have so much women want to go back to this type of guy, right? So y'all got to get that if she also is viewing you as the guy that she can't play certain games, run certain games, do certain stuff with the other guy, and now take away the alpha and the sigma. But if she just knows, out of the guys that she does talk to, out of the options that she has, if she knows, okay, it won't work with this guy, she might just still go back to that guy to see if he could switch it up, or he could be more like this. So it's kind of a matter of really balance. Sometimes with alphas, they could be so much on that stronger, aggressive, masculine side where it's just too much. And sometimes it could be really turning a lot of females off, not wanting to get to know you even more, because you might come off way too rude. You might come off like, you know, why are you always trying when you could just make it like this? Now, once again, also with these alpha guys, if they meet their match or meet a female that is trying him, it's going to be tough, because he has to protect himself at all costs, right? So it's just going to be a difference. But for sure, sometimes a female is going to want this and then want that. When you step in knowing, okay, I should act like this, bring this side of me out, or like I said, once again, with alpha needing to maybe simmer down or just not care less or give no energy to it, it might just mean you have to you have to be the guy that doesn't want to prove a point no more. You have to be the guy maybe to accept that at this time, she's not viewing you as the highest in this status, or she's not viewing you as, and honestly, this could be the top dog. Y'all know how that goes. If she's viewing you as the guy that is always getting his way, and not with her, but in life. If this guy, it happens to be so valuable type of stuff, she's expecting, okay, well, I need more of this, but then you got to act like this. So just more of the story is like, you being an alpha or being a sigma, there's nothing wrong with it. You just never want to be a simp, a beta simp. And when you're never that, you basically just have to know yourself and have the balance, because if you happen to have a little bit more in another area, and honestly, most times in anything too, you're going to just have her want the other thing, or you're going to have to learn how to be balanced enough to have her emotions go in that roller coaster, right? And so you're balanced, but you know, you're actually making her think that she is balanced, but it ends up confusing her. So basically, for her to keep up with who you are when you're so sure of yourself, when you know, okay, I have to maybe step up and say something, or I have to, you know, step back and not say anything. When it's like that, that is when you know what you're doing, and that's when you have it figured out, and that's when women now will respect you or want you even more. So really, I would just say, moral of the story is, whoever you are, remember these are all titles. Same way I said a female can be an alpha, she could also be like a sigma. You know what I mean? She could also be an introverted female. So at the end, tap into what you have to be at this time. This is the parts where don't get disrespected, don't get mistreated, because you could have stood up for yourself, or you could have left instead of trying to always tell her, or you could have left instead of trying maybe to get that last word. Types of stuff like that could be the differences when you know you understand, I'm this person right now, or I have to act like this. And I'll say this, a lot of this just comes with matureness as well. Not being ignorant, right? A lot of wisdom needs to come with it to help you. But when you learn yourself, love yourself, choose yourself, oftentimes you're going to be in these moments with females, and then you're not going to know what she wants or what you should do with her. But what you could now start doing is, what would you do for yourself? What you could start doing now is thinking, what could I do that would actually make sense, that if your name is Xavier would like. If your name is Kobe, let's say your name is George. If George likes this, what would he do? If Kevin likes this, what would he actually do? And a lot of times instead, what you guys put in front is, well, she feels like this, so I have to do this. So instead, you end up doing what a simp would do, because you're thinking, well, what could I do for her, instead of what would he do? What would Kevin do for himself? What would Xavier do for himself? Right? All that. So I'll wrap up to finally just say that y'all got to understand, balance is a huge key. Don't get stuck on, well, I sent out this message so much. Just get, oh, well, at least my ding went at the end. I thought my phone was off. Anyways, things like that happen. I thank y'all for watching to the end. I tell you guys, the things be happening at the end. Anyways, once again, make sure you check out all the links though, and know yourself. I'll elaborate in everything I said, but this video is longer than, you know, how it should be, or no, this is actually pretty average now. We're doing 17 minutes and stuff. But anyways, once again, give this video a big thumbs up. It helps me so much. And lastly, like I said, with all those links, check it out. Get the best shaver. Check out my consultation if you want to talk to me. I want to talk to y'all. And don't forget about Patreon. And that's all. Y'all see me in my next video. Bye, y'all.